Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. Let's see, recorded December 9th, just a little after 2 p.m. Central. So Bitcoin Cash hit all our key levels. The upside could not get above this, get a close above this 1459. It's critical for me to get a close above 1459. Then I'll watch for a return to the 1536 to 40 area. That's the next critical up move for me. Right now, we traded back down to the key support, this 1300 level. If we get a close below 1300, we might get some minor support coming in right now at 1280, but the next major support's at 1220. And right now, there's no clear pattern that's tradable for us. So we are just being very, very patient right now. Let's check in on the daily. On the daily, we'll probably end up getting a redraw to there for that trend line and probably a redraw there. This, we had a big outside bar here. Now we have an inside bar. So we had increased volatility, now decreased volatility. Rotation zones flattening out, which means we're in a big congestion pattern, which you can see here. We have not really made substantial new lows nor substantial highs. So it's consolidating, figuring out the next move. So pretty much at this point, if it breaks down, we're going to be patient and let it break down and form a bottoming pattern. Longer term on the daily, major supports, if it does sell off bigger, is about 1100, 1094 to 1100 right now. Another key gain level there. Flat 50-period exponential moving average. If it breaks up and can get above the 1536, then we should go into this clear path move and see a return eventually to 1700. So that's the Bitcoin Cash update. Bitcoin Gold. Remember, we've talked repeatedly about these rotation zones, and it's going against the rotation zone now, so we have to be very, very patient. It traded down to the key 75% gain level at 215, rallied back up in the rotation zone, found resistance there, then selling back down. So that is not very positive. Now, the positive aspect of this is we have an interesting potential sloppy double bottom here. So we can start watching for that to trigger. And if it does trigger, it would also be out of the rotation zone. So it need a close or an extended move above 1249.89. So essentially the 1250 level is very key. Stop reduction, the 250 level, not 1250, 250. Stop reduction 270. Cluster now here, look at this cluster here at the first profit target at 280, and then final area at 290. That 280 area is going to be very key because it's right near a prior breakdown zone. So as long as this does not go to new lows substantially, this will remain in place as a potential double bottom. It won't become an actual double bottom until it trades above here. Let's check in on the daily chart, because now here's what's interesting. We got the first cross of the rotation zone against it. So we have major support. Major resistance, about 256 to 260. So that's going to adjust the probabilities downward on this 4-hour double bottom because it's going now against the daily rotation zone. So just keep that in mind and don't get overly aggressive with this. Over to Bitcoin Cash, US dollar. We talked about if it did get a close below the rotation zone to watch for the next key levels down, hit that 13,290. Then we were talking about the key rising 50-period exponential moving average and the 50% gain level coming in right about that 13,000. We hit that and we've rebounded back up. We're still not back into the rotation zone yet. There was not a substantial bottoming pattern here yet, so nothing that we did aggressively. I'm going to see if we come back down and form some bottoming pattern down here, or we retrace 50% of this candle for a potential entry. That's an entry I've talked about before. When you get these big tails and then you come back down, retrace about 50%, and then it turns back up. A lot of times that's a very strong entry. Also, I was watching for a divergence. We use very few indicators, as you've seen from watching our videos, but one that I really like is a short period RSI, either 3-period or 5-period, and I watch for divergences, and we did not get a key divergence down there, even on the 1 hour. So there was not entry triggered yet. I mean, we made a lower low, but we did not make a higher low in the RSI. So traditional divergence we'd watch for price action to make a lower low, RSI to make a higher low. It still made a lower low, so no divergence pattern to trigger anything for us on that. So still watching, and now it's against the rotation zone on the 1 hour. Let's check in on the daily. See that it's at 50% GAN level we've talked about that's been on the charts, spiking into the rotation zone and now back trading up above it. So again, if we do get a retest on the 4 hour, that 50%, it could come in around this 13,500 level, which would be a retest of the 8 EMA. But we are still being patient. This did go vertically up. It finally at least came down to the top of the rotation zone on the daily. Let's also check in on the weekly. Here's our weekly chart. I mean, we're still, this rotation zone is going to keep coming up, but we still have not even touched the 8. So this is still overextended, and we'd love to see it come back down, at least touching the rotation zone on the weekly to burn off some of this more overbought condition. So we are being very patient there. That's what we have for you on Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, and Bitcoin. Hope everyone's having great success trading the cryptos. Remember, comment, like, subscribe, keep the channel growing, and we appreciate all our fans watching our videos, and we hope you're learning to trade the cryptos even better than you already were before. Bye for now.